Hello and welcome back to the Moto Connect channel. Today I'm sitting in my very filthy workshop area and we are going to attempt to fix the headlight on this BMW F750gs. Now the headlight itself isn't actually broken and it works just fine. As you can see, high beam, low beam, works great. But some of you may have seen the little shorts video I did about my turn signal working intermittently, and I had to zap strap it or zip tie it to the cage to put it in place so that works properly. And it still works, and I'm waiting on my new turn signal to come. So that's why it's still like that. But in messing with that, I had a big problem, and now my whole headlight bucket in there is zip tied to the bike, and I'll show you why. When I got home from my trip, I was playing around with the messed up turn signal, trying to reach up under here to get at the plug, and just playing around, reaching up in here, down under here, and trying to get into that plug. And then I knocked the headlight, and I noticed, wow, that's not good. And I'll show you what the problem is here, and we're going to try and fix it, because BMW wants somewhere to the tune of $2,500 US for a new headlight, and that's not happening. First, I'm going to take all this apart. I'm going to take off the windshield, I got to take off this screen, and then I got to take out the headlight bucket itself, and we'll do that right now. All right, so what we got to do is remove the 4 screws for the windshield, 4 screws for this headlight protector unit. That's first job. So next you'd have to remove this piece of plastic that's in between your windshield mounting bracket. I already had this off. As you can see, there's a couple of plastic, let's get you in here. There's a couple of plastic tabs here and here. I don't have the proper tools to remove those, and you can see I scuffed it up a little bit, but just use a really small screwdriver and be as careful as you can and pry those up, and that just comes right out of there. So you got to take this one off too, because the headlight will lift up. So that's a T30 Torx bit, which I've got in my pocket here. And there you have it. So there's 2 plastic posts that are supposed to be here and here. Those broke, which is why I'm getting all this play. And then there's another 2 on the bottom, which I've already removed the clips. And we're going to pull this headlight out. You got to unplug that headlight. Where are we here? There we go. And there is your BMW headlight. Yeah, I'll show you the back, where there's a post there and a post there, and you can see where they broke off. They just snapped. The bottom of the headlight, you can see the posts. Just some plastic, shitty little posts that are clipped in. And I guess all the bouncing around, I don't know why you'd make an adventure bike with some little plastic posts that are expected to hold all this. and not break when you're bouncing around off-road. But there you have it. And that headlight unit is 2,500 US dollars. And this is built into it. So I'm going to try and fix this because I'm not willing to pay 2,500 for a new headlight when the headlight itself works fine. Okay, so with the headlight out of the bike now, I'll give you a better look at what we're dealing with. So the bottom two posts on the unit go into here and here, and then the back posts that are broken go into here and here. And underneath and behind, there's those little clips that are supposed to hold it all in place nice and tight. So here's the broken pieces that are supposed to sit on the back of the headlight unit. So as I was trying to explain, this end here is attached to the headlight unit, and it would go through those rubber grommets. So you'd put this big washer on there, and then one of these clips into this groove, and it would hold it all together. So the first thing I'm going to do with these things is I'm going to clean these posts, and then I'm going to clean the part of the headlight where they broke off. Well, I will clean the whole thing. It's one of the things when you do these jobs, it gives you the opportunity to get into places you don't normally reach and give the bike a good cleaning and inspect other things that are behind there that you don't normally see. So yeah, clean those off, let them dry, and then I'm going to put a dab of super glue to get them back into their normal position. And then I'll carry on to the next step. Alright, so I got the headlight bucket all cleaned up and these posts all cleaned up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a dab of super glue where they originally came from, just to get them in place before I move on to the next thing I'm going to do. Hold that in place a little bit. Get the next one. I think just like that. All right, so we're going to let that set. The reason I had my headlight zip tied into the bike was because I ordered one of these, and I wanted to continue riding while I waited for this to show up. So what I've got here is a plastic welding kit. Comes with like a soldering iron type thing with a couple of different size tips, a bunch of different plastic stick material, I guess, depending on what your application requires, and then sheets of wire mesh that you can cut. And I guess what you would do is you would put the metal on the plastic and run the tip of the iron on the plastic, and the plastic will melt and the mesh will basically sink into the plastic, giving it strength, hence plastic welding. Now, I've never used one of these before. I'm sure some of you have, but yeah, it should be interesting. A couple things to note, I guess, on there is it will get really hot and you're apparently not supposed to keep it or pressure it against the plastic too hard or too long because it will melt quickly. And then also wear a mask due to the fumes of melting plastic will probably not smell or feel very good when you inhale it. All right, let's see what we got.
So what I've done here is cut a little square piece of this mesh, and then I've cut 4 slots into it, and it will have it folded, and I'll wrap the solid piece around the post, and then the 4 kind of tab looking things will flatten out. As you noticed on the post, it's kind of got a plus sign type shape to it, and I'll wrap that around like a crown, fold those over, and try and melt it all into the plastic of the headlight unit.
Now that we got this iron hot, I'm gonna try and give this a go here. Try and get this one in here. From what I've seen, just want to drag this on here and kind of melt the mesh into the plastic. I'm just dragging it. Just trying to embed this mesh into the plastic. You kind of just got to go slow. And give this a little turn here. You can see the other side. And the reality for me is it doesn't need to really be pretty because it's not something that anybody's going to see once the headlight's reinstalled back there. It just needs to be strong. You can kind of see the mesh kind of just melts into the plastic. We'll try not to get to the top of this post so I can still get that clip in there once the post is in. What I'm going to do next is all these little bits. I'm going to try and melt this plastic material that came with the welding kit into the sides here. Add some material. Try and build it up. Strengthen it, hopefully. Alright, so they're not pretty, but I just cleaned them up with a little bit of sandpaper. Got the rough edges around. For a first go, I'm okay with that. Never tried this before. They seem super strong. So let's get them back in the bike and see how that goes. One thing to note is that these grommets, where those ones that I just repaired are, this is like a elongated slot. You can see there's space up there. You're going to need to push those all the way up to the top position, because when you put the bottom ones in, these are going to be up here, and then when you push them in, they will gradually fall into place where they belong. So there it is. It fits, and you can see if you push the, I can't really see it, but I'm pushing the headlight from the front. and it pushes through, and you'll have to squeeze that grommet to get that clip back on. See if we can see the other side better. Yeah, it's right in there. You can see in the middle, when I push on the headlight, it starts poking through, and that's where you would squeeze that that clip on there, that retainer clip that holds it in place. All right, so you can see I got that baby in there, and on this side I got this one back in there. Clips are on, it all fits. Feels super strong now. It's not going anywhere, and we'll see how that does on the road, and more importantly, we'll see how that does off road, which is where I believe I busted it, probably in the potholes in Laos a couple weeks back. Anyway, we'll see how that does. One important thing is try and keep the profile of the posts stock. It's going to build up a little bit, but it was a little bit tougher getting it through the grommets all the way, and really tight getting that washer and the clip on the other side. Anyways, guys, if you liked that video, if it was helpful, I hope it helped some of you who run into this same problem that I had. I'm going to put all this stuff back together now, my windshield and the headlight protector screen. If you liked that video and if it was helpful, please like and subscribe to my page. Help me grow my channel. Thanks, guys. Peace out.